Math is simple, 400 laps on the mile track to get the 400 miles. And race number 3 in the chase for the Sprint Cup, Denny Hamlin, the pole sitter, has chosen the outside row. We're set to begin. The AAA 400 is over. Hamlin leads, Boyer settles into second. It's Sam Hornish Jr. running third with a challenge there from Martin Truex in the 56. On board with Jimmie Johnson. Two cars, Keselowski kicking out wide.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of that here, especially early on. These race cars, the temperature's a little higher than what I think these crew chiefs and drivers were anticipating. Even though this concrete is not as temperature sensitive as a lot of the asphalt tracks that we get to, it still changes throughout the day.
Yeah, especially these early laps. You don't see much rubber on the racetrack. That's going to change a lot, and it'll kind of come and go as the race goes on. You'll see it build up big time, and when they put new tires on or have a caution, you'll see some of it kind of pull up off the racetrack. Right now, we don't see much on it.
Challenge here for 5th, Greg Biffle, 16 underneath Truex in the 56.
I think we're going to see a lot of people use that outside lane. I think right now you're just seeing it from the cars that are really not handling that great. I don't think they want to be up there just yet.
And the man, sorry about that, it's just to say the man on the move in this early going is after another spot again, Kyle Busch in that 18.
Yeah, a lot of people were pointing to Kyle Busch that his car was really, really good in practice on Friday. Yesterday, all these teams had was 2 laps of qualifying, and so they had to go back to Friday and during those 2 practice sessions that they had for race practice.
See, Brad Keselowski now got back by Jimmie Johnson.
So Keselowski and Johnson in 10th and 11th, and the race for 3rd with Kyle Busch and Sam Hornish Jr. Carl Edwards 99, Matt Kenseth 17, Joey Logano 20. This is 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Well, we've been questioned about the Fords. Carl Edwards not in the chase, but not being able to run well. We see Johnson take that spot back away from Brad Keselowski. Matt Kenseth seemed to struggle here on Friday. Hasn't been very good the first 2. Greg Biffle, I did see some signs of life got him from the Ford camp. But Biffle in the second practice session, he seemed to be much better than the rest of the Fords.
Kevin Harvick 29, pressing Keselowski in the 2 for that spot. Harvick running 12 at the moment.
Yeah, I talked to Kevin yesterday. He thought he had a good car. He said the problem was his schedule, the way you do practice. You mentioned that they only practice on Friday. Didn't really know what to expect after they had to wait basically a couple days to get on the racetrack to race.
I talked to a number of drivers and teams that talked about having good cars, but their problem was that we think we're up against a great car in the 48 car, so we've got to get better than that. Denny Hamlin right now looks pretty great.
Here's Greg Biffle, 16. Slightly different color scheme than you're used to seeing every week. He slides by Sam Hornish Jr. and picks up the 4th position for Biffle. Jeff Gordon right there also. Now Gordon, it was mentioned by Vince just before the start, Gordon had a car capable of winning in the June race here. They let the wheel loose on a green flag pit stop. He had to pit again, and then never got the caution flag to get him back in sequence with the rest of the leaders, and he wound up finishing in 13th place. This racetrack, because of that Brad Daugherty illustrated 14-foot drop into the corners, will reveal a flaw on your pit stop faster than about any place else on the circuit.
Yeah, it sure will. This is, you really need to execute well at this track.
You'll show up a flaw in the handling of your race car about as quickly, too. We'll hear drivers, as we get the radio communication today, about their car on their landing as it literally falls off into those corners.
I say, Denny Hamlin started landing really well the first 2 laps of this race. I said I wasn't sure about how he was going to run. Right now, he's making me a believer.
Flawless so far, I would say. For Denny Hamlin, out in front early, it's over.